welcome to Learning with Lisa. Today's video is just a quickie. So let's talk about Parents' Evening. What can we do to have a successful Parents' Evening? According to my friend, who's an executive head teacher, here are the 5 things you can do to really make a difference during Parents' Evening. Plan the key messages you want to convey to parents. You probably won't have enough time to say everything you want to say, but this way you make sure you're saying the most important things. A performer with prompts is really handy to have for each child. Not only do you have all the important information to hand, but you also have a record of everything that you've said to the parents. I always have a section at the end of each performer for parents to write their comments, and I also write my comments about what I've promised I'm going to do to move their child on in the future. Tip number 2 is, as hard as it may be sometimes, try to be honest. Make sure you don't paint an inaccurate picture of the child just to please parents. Make sure it is a true reflection on the child, but if it is a little bit negative, make sure you put some positive points in, even if it is just to say the child is willing to deliver messages around the school. Time is precious, but don't break news at a scheduled parents' evening. It's not the time to mention behaviour issues or SEN concerns for the first time. Anything that might cause a parent concern needs a proper discussion, and the time isn't available at a scheduled parents' evening. It should be done before so you can give an update on the issue at Parents' Evening. I've learnt the hard way in the past. 2 occasions spring to mind. The first is when I mentioned to a parent that I thought their child needed further assessment as they were having difficulty to concentrate. And the second time was when I thought their child had speech and language difficulties. Both sets of parents complained to the head teacher that I brought the subject up out of the blue, and they were quite concerned and didn't feel that there was the time to talk about it in great detail. The last thing I wanted was for parents to leave my parents' consultation feeling anxious and feeling the need to go and talk to the head teacher to clarify the situation. Tip number 4 is to make sure you leave time to listen to what the parents have to say. Give them time to discuss any concerns they have. I would suggest you do this towards the end of the meeting rather than at the start. I made quite a big error in my early days of teaching. A good teacher friend of mine told me that he started every parents' evening with the question, "So how do you think your child is getting on?" He wanted to give them the opportunity to say how they thought their child was getting on and just to discuss any concerns they had. I thought this sounded like a really good idea, but when I tried it, it went down like a lead balloon. I had comments such as, "You're the teacher, that's what I've come for Parents' Evening for, you tell me." Which I suppose is understandable in a way. So I'd time this one carefully. My last tip is to give parents something to take away, so I'd give them a couple of things to support their child with learning at home. And there you have my 5 tips for a successful Parents' Evening. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate each and every subscriber, and it really helps the channel. I look forward to seeing you again soon, but bye bye for now. Bye bye.